Hello, everybody, and happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are. So, I had to re-record this because it was lagging, and I'm kind of like, meh, because it was such a good message, but I'll just repeat myself again. So basically in the message I was saying that right now there is some confusion, some desperation, sadness, and all of that in the air, but it's not from us. It's not from our collective. It is from the others trying to hold on to us as we move on our journey, as we move on to better ourselves, as we move on to find ourselves, our purpose, and continue our calling. Not to get a little deep, but that's pretty much what it is. People are going to feel a type of way because you are trying to do better for yourself. And it's going to make them feel like they are less than. And it's not on you. It has everything to do with them and their insecurities and what they're not looking at and the battles they still have to fight. You're not responsible for anyone's behavior outside of you leaving. You are not held accountable for anyone's actions if they do anything stupid, because you have come to the point where you're realizing this person, these people are not changing and they don't have the best interest in for you. And it sucks. With all that being said, I did pull the Empress card with abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine energy, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, and evolution and action. That's what we're on, right? We are trying to grow. We are trying to learn. We are trying to prosper. We are trying to live a life that is worth living, because we have constantly been in a state where things just feel like we have to suffer, where we have to be hated, where we have to be judged. And it's no, these are projections of people, sadly enough, who are closest to you, who feel like where you stand isn't where you should stand. How you are isn't how you should be. You know what I'm saying? And the further and further you get away from those people, you start to realize, damn, I have been this person all this time, but I've also been hurt. Like they say, hurt people. So, with that being said, I also ended up pulling the Nine of Pentacles. Fruits of your labor, rewards, luxury, self-sufficiency, financial independence. Again, that's the Empress, right? And then I end up pulling the Four of Pentacles. And it says greediness, possessiveness, stinginess, overspending, and self-protection. They are only interested in protecting themselves and their image. They are only interested in the greediness, the stinginess, and the possessiveness they can get off their Empress or Emperor right now. Because you have the fruits of labor, the rewards, the luxury, the financial independence, and the self-sufficiency. They're literally riding on your back, right? And you feel it. And you're like, why? Why would they be doing this? Like, they love me, like, blah, 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 blah. Because they don't know how to ride their own back. They don't know how to stand up for themselves. They don't know how to rely on themselves. They've always had to have someone else do it for them, right? And that's where I'm at the point where I'm like, look! You have to realize you are part of the problem as well. You are enabling. Yep. Sorry, but you are. You are enabling their behavior because you're not stopping to support it. It just is what it is. So how long, the collective keep asking, how long until you realize, Emperor, Empress, that you deserve better? Because after I pulled all of those, I had the King of Wands. I'm sorry, the Knight of Wands, the King of Wands. You can be a King of Wands if you just let that shit go. But I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what the cards say. With energy, passion, inspiration, adventure, fearlessness, and impulsiveness. So it's going to be a quick decision what you decide to do on this. But with a passionate, fearless adventure, you'll prosper. To share a little bit about myself, I've been on this self-finding journey for literally since the new year hit, if not a little bit before. I started therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy about 3 years ago because I suffer with heavy depression to the point I started rotting myself. And I said, nothing else matters. I'm just here doing the day by day. You know, whatever comes along, like whatever. It was very much that. And I'm like, why do you do that to yourself? You wasted so much time. But it's because I was still learning how to pick myself up. I was still learning how to understand that my value is important enough to even just put myself out there like this, you know? And it doesn't matter how many views, how many followers, blah, 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 blah. I just knew when I got up, I found it. And it said, there might be a lot of people doing it, there might be blah, 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 blah. But once you find your thing, once you hear it, once you align with it, it makes sense. And I'm like, okay. And I'm a Libra. So for me, balance is very important. I'm a Virgo rising and Aquarius moon. So, you know, weird and mysterious, but also sweet and lovable. So I think that throws people off. Anyways, sidetracked. My people out here. You can do it, man. I know it's going to be hard. I know it's going to be scary. I know it's going to feel like you got nobody, but you got people out there. I found a community online. I found people to talk to, and eventually I found some new friends. Because I was like, damn, this is what it feels like to just be in a space where it's safe. And that's all we are needing, right? We need a safe space. But there are people who use our safe spaces to harbor themselves into and then just go out there and act wild. No. You ain't gonna come home acting all sweet, acting all this and that, and go out there and fucking go fuck whoever, go drink whatever, go smoke whatever. Again, people have their vices and I get it, but when it's an everyday, all the time thing and you are literally not taking care of yourself and you expect us to do it for you, sorry, I'm not your mom, not your dad. We're grown, okay? It's 2024. Get it together. And I ended up pulling on the top of the deck 5 of Wands. With compassion, rivalry, conflict, disagreements, strife, and tension. Or I said compassion. It says competition. They're competing with you. Why? Because they don't know how to compete with themselves. They don't know how to play verses with themselves. It's you versus you, my guy. Not you versus the world. Not them versus you. It's you versus you. Let me pull one more off the top. Look at that. We've got the 8 of Pentacles. Self-development, perfectionism, misdirected activity, no passion, uninspired, and no motivation. They've got you down to the dumps. So the question is, are you going to pick yourself up? Okay, that's the message for the day. I appreciate everybody tuning in and listening. Don't feel like you have to save people when you know you need to be saving yourself right now. And I know it's so hard to do, but you can do it. I believe in you. God believes in you. The spirits believe in you. Otherwise, you wouldn't be getting this message, okay? All right. I love you. Love and light, and have a good one. Goodbye.